Hey everybody, welcome to another Arkham Horror List video. Today, as you can tell by the thumbnail and the title of this video, and right above the card to my left on screen, we're going to talk about the top 5 support investigators. Before we get into this, how do we define a support investigator? I know that sounds like a dumb question, but we should clarify
what we should talk about that before we voted.
Yeah, Brent's like, my support investigator is who kills monsters best, and Travis is like, mine is who gets clues best, and I'm like, oh no, we have a problem.
No, support investigators are ones that, like, they don't necessarily play the game, they don't accomplish things on their own so much as they are more about empowering your teammates to help them reach their fullest potential and excel at what they do.
Yeah. It's pretty easy as well. The ones that got rated pretty highly are their abilities affect other players. So, like, you'll see on our list that their abilities just generally, they benefit other players most importantly.
But yeah, if you've ever played like a MOBA like League of Legends or Dota, it's like playing an enchanter, except hopefully with less abuse.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Before we start, we do have an honorable mention. Stella Clark. Bryn was adamant. And I haven't played her, so I couldn't say, but she did not make the cut. But Bryn, as you said, the neither rain nor snow is nice to play on your teammates.
Strong. Like, it's really good on you, but it's really good on your teammates too. They're like, oh no, if I fail this test, I will explode. And you're like, well, firstly, probably don't fail because 3 wild. But also, if you fail, don't explode.
Yeah. But now let's get to our list, starting with number 5. None other than the bad boy himself, Tommy Muldoon, the rookie cop.
So he helps your teammates by taking damage so that they don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, so Tommy, when we did our Dream Eaters first run, I had Tommy for the Waking side, and he was like the ultimate tank for your teammates. I made it so that, like, Travis's Mandy never had to worry about health damage, right? Like, just loaded up, stood there with something worth fighting for, whatever the other one is, True Grit, or
True Grit,
yeah, nailed it.
Yeah.
And like then he benefits from them dying, so like he's like ultimate support class in that kind of style of just tanking damage. He doesn't necessarily like heal or help damage, but he can, like, I mean, there is the Solemn Vow, but like that's one card, right? Like, he's there mostly just to tank damage. Also, the brother Xavier, either Tetsuo Mori, could help him get there as well. I think he has a very boring paint by the number support design in him, and if you follow it, it'll be pretty good.
It's true.
Yeah. All right, let's get on to number 4, who is this one's a bit spicy. We got Gloria Goldberg. So, what does Gloria do? So, because she's not been released yet. So first off, you choose the investigator order during the Mythos phase. Second off, her reaction is when you look at one or more cards from the encounter deck, look at one additional card, and choose one non-elite card among them. Either discard it, put it on top of the encounter deck, or place it face down beneath Gloria Goldberg, and you can place a maximum of 3 cards beneath her. So, and also her star effect is +1, look at the top card of the encounter deck. So her +1, or her star effect could remove a card. She can basically just get rid of Ancient Evils.
Forever.
Or she can, like, stack the deck and then be like, Travis, you're going first because you're our monster hunter, right? Like, she has that built into her character, which is sweet.
And then I draw Rotting Remains.
Or Travis is, or I'm Finn, and Travis says, Justin, you go first, and I get a Frozen in fear. And then Travis goes, gotcha.
Yeah, Gloria Goldberg would also be on the top of my list of briefing investigators.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I think she'll be, as Travis said, she's like the Norman Withers deck he played, but good.
Yeah. I mean, like, that deck was, like, even okay.
Yeah, and it did a good job supporting the team when you did the stuff. And I think
it would
Gloria
be
will
better
just.
if we had two people who like actually did things instead of two other yellow investigators. But
Yeah.
what can you do?
But I think Gloria is gonna be. I think she's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be cool. Yeah.
I'm looking at the book. Her personal is her name is Ruth Westmacott, who is as a reaction when an investigator fights, attempts to evade, or initiates a skill test on an encounter card. Discount an encounter card that shares a trait with the encounter card from beneath Gloria Goldberg. Reduce the difficulty of the skill test by 2. So still support, a little bit weird and a kind of some hoops you got to jump through to go for it. I like her just being able to get rid of an ancient evil from the deck. That's pretty sweet. I like that. All right, number 3, we got Mandy Thompson, the researcher.
Man, we love talking about Mandy.
We do. Well, she's
really good when you just play cards so that your teammates search through their decks and then find their good cards. She's probably better if you just do it for yourself, but she's still better than a lot of these other investigators if you do it for other people.
Yeah, if you focus on just you just grab clues, but then also help, because she still has 5. Just give her some deductions, some practice makes perfects.
Yeah, slap a magnifying glass in there.
Yeah, because even just a practice makes perfect on its own, you could use your search on another player and just play a normal practice makes perfect, and it's still incredibly strong in Mandy.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah. The reaction effect doesn't have to be a search that you generated either.
Mm-hmm.
So your guardian's going on the first turn, he's prepared for the worst, and you're look at another 3 cards because I kind of want you to have a gun.
Yeah.
2 weapons, baby.
Or 2 weapons,
And it is kind of funny.
At the start of the game, your opponent and your guardian triggers their stupid search their deck stick to the plan. Can you do that?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I don't think you're on the same location during setup.
Lame.
Yeah.
That would be pretty good if you got 4th card on your stick.
Yeah, that would be sweet.
Just by playing Mandy.
Wild. Yeah.
I kind of also like the idea of a Mandy that's never her philosophy is I'm only going to help other people, so then she never resolves shocking discovery. She just
that'd be kind of cute.
Just I think as Travis said, and this is what we said when we were talking about our voting, that she's very good and she's better if she focuses on herself. But the addition that she can provide other people, especially if she goes in on that through old Book of Lore, No Stone Unturned, even Eureka on other people, can be very beneficial for having other people set their game up so they too can feel the efficiency and card selection that a yellow player has. Yeah.
Yeah. It's nice.
Speaking of yellow players, let's get to our number 2, who is Min T Fan.
She's not quite the support, but she is she's kind of the support.
Yeah,
she just makes everything better. Sometimes she gets to commit cards to your skill from across the world.
Yeah, that's sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
she's there to help her team out.
Yeah, she was easily my number 2. My number 1 was the number 1 here, but Min's easily number 2.
Yeah.
There is no question there.
No, she's an investigator you look at and you're I can help other people with this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's one of the first things that comes to mind is I can help other people.
And it's pretty sweet. Just turn a normal brain test, a single brain into a guts. That's awesome, right?
Mm-hmm.
They don't get to draw the card, but still, the 2 brain is sweet.
2 brain is sweet.
Yeah. I mean, 2 of anything is sweet. 3 brain is, they play guts and you say, it's even better. And then they're
50% increase in guts.
That's great. That's good news.
That is pretty wild.
I think the last time I was playing Min was when we did the mono yellow and Bryn and I died in the asylum.
Yeah.
That was
she also gets red as her 0 to 2.
Yeah.
And that's really, really good.
Yeah.
You get to play almost every red card in the game.
It's true though. It's true.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to our number one, which we all. So Min got 9, 9, and a 9.5, which I rounded up to 10 for Bryn.
That's fair.
And our number one got 10, 10, 10. I'm sure you could probably guess it if you're watching at home, but if not, pause the video, take a few seconds, and think who could their number one be? And if you guess sexy Mark Harrigan, you'd be wrong. It's Carolyn Fern.
Sexy Mark Hagen would have been funny, but
It would have been a twist, and then they'd be like
you
these
support
guys.
your teammates by fighting the monsters.
Yeah.
No, Carolyn's like, she is the support. Compare, like, her abilities all scream support and healing your teammates and giving them resources. And while she can do other things, compared to a lot of the other investigators on this list, outside of supporting, she's like fairly impotent.
Yeah.
She can get clues, but not anywhere near as good as like Mandy or Min. And she can deal with monsters, but not nearly as good as Tommy. Like, she's just playing with a Carolyn on your team is like you get to play the entire campaign in like a nice, warm, loving embrace.
Yeah.
That gives you money sometimes.
It's one of those things as well. We recorded a video earlier today that's already been up for like 3 weeks by the time this video comes out. But how we talked about how healing isn't winning the game. It's not losing. But Carolyn makes it so that like healing is winning the game, right? So like
Healing it me.
yeah. Like not only do you not die, but you also gain resources to play the cards in your hand, and it's sweet. And it makes it so that like you can just focus so in on that as Carolyn Fern. So your deck is like so good at it as well, right?
Yeah, she also has an incredibly flexible card pool,
Mm-hmm.
where she can support your team in different ways. Like, she doesn't just need to provide like resources to your team and also brain healing. She can play cards that heal your heart as well, like first aid, emergency aid, I think it's called. She can play not level 0 first aid, they don't play, that's trash. She can like deal with monsters kind of and well enough to protect like a seeker if you want, where she gets to play cards like Meat Cleaver,
Yeah.
and she can play other level 0 weapons, like Machete. She can play big damage dealing events like Dynamite Blast. They're otherwise difficult to play because they're resource costs, but you'll always have resources just everywhere.
No, these now in like current world, she can also play Knives for Hands.
Yep. Knives for
Spectral
Hands,
Razor.
pretty
It's
good.
called Spectral Razor,
But it's Knives for Hands.
but it's Knives for Hands.
Yeah. If you look at
And
the
she's
art
even
for
got
Hands
4
or Knives.
brain or 3 brain or whatever. Her brain score doesn't suck.
She's like
it's-
4, 3, 2, 2, I think.
It's one of those things where you look at Carolyn and like, as Travis was saying, you just can't, you're not going to beat other people in what they do, but you're going to be great at like doing what needs to be done, right? And then also keeping
and-
people alive.
And making them do their things better.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think there's a better combo than Bryn and Travis when Travis is playing Carolyn and Bryn's playing like anyone, because Bryn loves spending money in this game. Bryn
I'm
can
also
never
really
have
good
enough
at dying.
resources.
Yeah, Prince like John Ryan. It means take 3 brain damage. It's like, okay, open up. Here comes the liquor.
But anyway, those are our top 5 support investigators. Are there any investigators you think we might have missed? They probably were on our list, but they just didn't make the cut. As always, we would love to hear more recommendations for list videos. This is our last list video that we've recorded, and it's going to be like for like 3 or 4 weeks chunk of time. So we'll love to jump on some ideas from people in the comments. I think this video was actually from someone in the comments. So we do appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching. You guys have a good one. We love you. And as always, GG's.